school choice, public safety reforms, tax cuts to give more taxpayer money back to Arkansans, the Natural State Initiative to grow Arkansas' outdoor economy, and reforms to streamline state government. In her first 100 days, Sarah delivered the Republican response to President Joe Biden's State of the Union address, offering a bold vision to a new generation of conservative leadership. Prior to her victory, Sarah served as White House press secretary for President Donald J. Trump from 2017 to 2019. She's previously worked in leadership roles for U.S. senators, governors, and presidential campaigns. In Arkansas, Sarah was a senior advisor to U.S. Senator Tom Cotton's 2014 victorious campaign and was campaign manager for U.S. Senator John Boozman's winning campaign in 2010. Sarah grew up in Pine Bluff and Texarkana and is a proud graduate of Little Rock Central High and Ouachita Baptist University. Yeah, let's hear from Ouachita. She lives in Little Rock with her husband Brian, their children Scarlett, Huck, and George, and their golden retriever, Traveler. Please give us a hearty Farm Bureau welcome to our governor, Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I think I speak for everybody when I say thank you, Dan, for not doing that dance. I think we saw just enough to know we didn't need to see any more. But in all seriousness, we appreciate the incredible leadership from Dan. Has done a great job and been a great partner and a great friend, and thankful for his willingness to let me come and be here today and for the kind introduction. Sorry we're running a few minutes late, had a little bit of a delay, flat tire on the way. We thought I-30 was in good shape. Still think it is. Proud that they finished that road, but still have a few little travel woes here and there, but we made it, and glad to have the opportunity to be with each and every one of you, and personally say thank you to the hundreds of farmers, ranchers, and foresters that are joining this year's convention. You know, not long ago, I was on my annual farm tour, and we were visiting farmers up and down the Arkansas Delta. It was mid-October, so cotton was about the only thing that was still in the fields. While I love having the opportunity to get out of the office, I'm not so sure all of the farms that we stopped at were thrilled to pause mid-harvest so that I could interrupt their work and drive around in a cotton picker. I found that it's pretty amazing what they will let you drive and get behind the wheel of when you're the governor. As I'm driving out in this field in this giant cotton picker, I asked the guy who's guiding me through this process how much that machine cost. I quickly took my hands off the wheel. He told me to put them back on, but I told him I didn't want to be responsible for that amount of machinery. He assured me there wasn't too much damage even I could do in an open field. While we had a little bit of fun, more importantly, we had the chance to meet with and talk with the men and women who keep our state and our country fed and clothed. I don't just meet cotton farmers, I hear from those of you in rice and corn and soybeans and catfish, our chicken growers and cattle ranchers, our timber and specialty crop industry, the people who literally make our state function. And when you get out and visit with those farmers right now, the message that you're hearing isn't really all that great. Input prices are up, crop revenues are down. At the same time, our adversaries like Communist China are trying to hit us where it hurts most by targeting our agriculture community, the most patriotic, hardworking Americans that you can find anywhere. We have ridiculous lawsuits like the one we face in the Illinois River watershed that are causing completely unnecessary and very real harm to our chicken growers. The bottom line, our farmers are hurting. If a country can't feed itself, fuel itself, and fight for itself, it simply cannot survive. As we face down one of the worst farm crises in generations, losing our ability to feed ourselves is simply not an option. As a country, we can never get to a place where we allow ourselves to depend on another nation for our food. And my team has heard from farmers who have worked the same land for 5 or 6 generations, and they're saying that they may be done after this year. I heard a young farmer with 4 kids who lost his farm, and now the bank wants to take his family's home. A local bank turned away 49 farms this year alone. And when the bank loses customers, so does the parts store, the equipment dealer. The farmer no longer has an income, and the land sits untouched. Eventually, there's no food left on Arkansas tables. And I know that all sounds really bleak and sad and depressing, but amid all of the bad news, I also have a tremendous amount of hope. Because just a few months ago, I witnessed and watched Arkansas rice farmers, some of the hardest hit in the ag industry, still come together and donate more than 300,000 pounds of food to families in need. Even when our ag community is hurting, they're still willing to help their neighbors. I'm proud to lead a state where agriculture is our #1 industry, because I know that that means the people who call Arkansas home will always help take care of one another. And though we have big battles ahead, I know that if anyone can overcome them, it's the Arkansas farmer. I'm also here to tell you that you aren't standing alone. We recently announced an income tax exemption for farmers' disaster relief payments, something I worked very closely with Senator Blake Johnson, one of our farmers' best allies, to achieve. My administration just started the Rice in Schools and Arkansas Plate pilot programs to get more local produce in our school cafeterias, support local markets, and most importantly, teach kids about the importance of farming and build up the next generation of ag talent. And while our adversaries target our farmers because they hate our president, I was proud to be the first governor in the country to kick communist China off of our farmland and out of our state and make them pay for it on their way out the door. And while some don't understand, I know that we can count on our key partners in Washington, like my good friend and our senior Senator John Boozman, who serves as the chairman of the Senate Agriculture Committee and who's fighting every day for our farmers, including by negotiating higher reference prices in this summer's One Big Beautiful Bill. I have a great relationship with President Trump's Secretary of Agriculture, Brooke Rollins, who I spoke to just a couple of days ago. And I know she's already visited Arkansas twice and is planning another visit back. With her help, we signed a $5.56 billion trade deal with Taiwan here in Arkansas to encourage the purchase of Arkansas agriculture products. And I know that President Trump absolutely loves our farmers and is working hard to announce support to help you overcome the hardships that you face this year. I've supported those efforts and will continue to do so and continue to lean in aggressively. And I expect something very big coming from Washington very soon. While those discussions continue in D.C., I'm mostly and so proud and honored to be the governor of a state with a proud farming tradition like Arkansas. People in other industries would have given up long ago, but you have the grit and the perseverance to keep going, to keep our country fed, keep our state growing, and keep our communities strong. I can't thank you enough for all you do for our state, for our country, and for each and every Arkansan that depends on you to keep moving ahead. You represent some of the very best and certainly some of the toughest people in our entire state. We're grateful for the hard work that you do each and every day, and we won't forget it, and we won't stop standing and fighting alongside you. So I want to say thank you again for what you do. Thank you to the Farm Bureau for standing with our farmers and helping us fight along the way, and we'll keep standing with you. Thank you so much for letting me be here. More importantly, thank you for the great work you do in our state. God bless you guys.